squad. I am 19 years old and I'm going into my second year of college at the Peabody Conservatory at Johns Hopkins. For those of you who don't know, Peabody Conservatory is an all-music school. I go there for violin performance, and my entire career and studies are based on that. I've been playing violin since I was in first grade, so I was around the ages of 6 or 7 years old. So I never really started considering myself someone chronically ill until this year, but I've always had problems. I actually used to live in Bulgaria. I was adopted into the US from there, and for the first 2 years of my life in the orphanage, I was in the hospital I was in the hospital a lot. I was in the hospital more often than I was in the orphanage because apparently I was unable to hold down food. I couldn't keep food down. I was just constantly sick. So they kept sending me to the hospital trying to figure it out, and no one ever figured out what it was. So they never found out what it was because I was never put on. I mean, they tried a bunch of different medicines and diets for me and nothing worked, so I was left with no answers, and I didn't realize that that would be a reoccurrent pattern, but here we are. The GI issues got better, but when I moved to the US, I developed really severe allergies, and they're not like seasonal allergies where it's like a stuffy nose and like sort of like a cold, like a head cold. It's just hives, but the hives part is seasonal. So I used to always get hives in the fall, but only for about a month, 2 to 4 weeks at most every single year in the fall. And we thought it was weird, but it wasn't too concerning because like I never had any major health crises from it, and it was just annoying more so, just like itchy patches, like, you know. But then in 5th grade I ended up getting more severe and longer lasting allergic reactions, and so after 4 months of me being covered head to toe in hives, we decided it was time to go to the allergist or the dermatologist, whichever one you want to call it. I know they're two separate things, I just can't remember at the moment which one it was. I also had certain food sensitivities still, even though my GI issues had gotten better. I was still throwing up after eating fruits, a lot of different fruits. I still have troubles with oranges, but most of the other ones went away. It's just very odd. So we had a lot of food allergy testing as well as just environmental allergies and allergens. Nothing. I wasn't allergic to anything physically. Like, I didn't get any reactions. So we were confused. We were like, well, how could I be having all these allergic reactions, and how could I be like getting sick from certain foods and allergies not even showing up on the test? But my allergist said, you're fine. It's probably nothing. Just go home. And they were going to give me EpiPens for it, but since I hadn't had severe reactions at that point, he said it might not be necessary and to just see how they progress. And then I developed chronic migraines. I also forgot to mention that I have Raynaud's. I was very severely anemic. We still have not found the cause for that, and we also believe that my body has a hard time absorbing things. I show a lot of malabsorption on my tests. I'm deficient in pretty much everything I need. So when I took iron pills for the first treatment of anemia, it was so severe I needed a transfusion, but my doctor said that I had been that way for so long, my body was used to it, so it wasn't an emergency. I don't know if that's how it works, but that's what he said, and I didn't die, so. But anyway, yeah, so I started iron supplements, and I was just on 3 or 4 a day. That's actually a lot. Most people only are supposed to take 1 or 2, but I was on 3 or 4 a day, and they kept increasing them. And after 3 months, which is the normal treatment course, my numbers looked okay. They looked good because there was iron consistently going into my system. But the second I stopped taking iron supplements, none of us were aware this would happen, but I ended up dropping again to an even lower number than before. So I went through my first semester of college not knowing that I was severely anemic again, and I just thought I was tired and sick from the stress and the contaminants around in college, which is true, but it was a lot worse due to the anemia, and we weren't expecting it to come back. No one said like your anemia could come back, or like we expect it to come back, or there were chances it could come back. We didn't know. And I didn't want to complain about it or be like that, blah blah blah, because I didn't want people to just be like, oh yeah, it's college, like you're gonna be tired and overwhelmed. But I should have known something was wrong when I couldn't get out of bed. I would throw up anytime I got out of bed from the dizziness and the migraines. So yes, I have chronic migraines, severe anemia that continues to come back, so I will be on iron supplements for the rest of my life, since I have done iron infusions since February of this year, and it is currently August, and I finally finished. And now that my iron is like stocked up, we just know that I can't stop taking the iron pills, because even though I have trouble absorbing, as long as I'm consistently taking them, it'll keep my iron up for the day that it's in my body. So I also got very recently diagnosed with MCAS, or mast cell activation syndrome. I'm allergic to every numbing medication there is. I also have POTS. It's postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Yes, and we also suspect that I have HEDS, and I'm currently in testing for lupus. It kind of seems now like they're pretty sure I don't have lupus, but about a week or two ago they were sure that I did have lupus. So it's very confusing. Chronic illness is hard. I've been sick ever since I was little, but I've just been in and out of doctors all the time, just not getting answers, usually just being shoved away like, you're fine, in 5th grade, yeah, all this stuff. I'll do story times about all that. Also, the GI symptoms after I got mono this year in December, my GI symptoms got a lot worse and came back with rage. So basically, I wasn't having too many problems. I was underweight a year ago, so it wasn't great, but then I was on iron, and for some reason that helped you gain weight as well. But then I gained some weight from that, but then when I got mono, I felt extremely full immediately anytime I took a bite of food. I had maybe 3 bites of food a day when I first got mono. For the first like 3 or 4 weeks I had symptoms. What you can be looking forward to in the future from this channel, and especially from me specifically in my pattern of uploading, I will hopefully be doing story times of my diagnoses. I'll be doing a story time about college and how I had to take a semester off from the one thing I love to do. I would never have chosen to go home if I could stay. Oh, I forgot. I have chronic fatigue syndrome. I was just diagnosed with that 2 weeks ago about. I think I had symptoms of chronic fatigue before I got mono, but mono definitely set it off and made it worse. It's very hard for me to wake up. Like, it takes hours for my mom to even like get me to open my eyes. I sleep on the couch now because I have to do things or go get to a doctor's appointments, and I just can't wake up, and it's really bad. And then the rest of the day I'm just in a fog, like a daze, like I'm just kind of like sitting here like I don't want to do anything, I don't want to go anywhere. Constantly, I always have fevers. I'd be surprised if I went a day without one. Usually they're low grade, and then 30% of the time they'll be high grade, like 300. Sometimes they'll get up to like 103 to 104. You can also tune in to see some of my future videos that will be vlogs, hopefully, maybe vlogs of medical appointments, or just vlogs of my everyday life as someone with chronic illness. And I also hope to do some fun videos when I return to school. Our school actually ended up closing for the year just a few days ago. I could do some where my roommate or my best friend does my Zolar injections, because I'm not sure I'd have the mental ability to do it myself, so I might need them to do it. And I'll definitely do a video on that. I think it would be funny and maybe educational if I can, showing you how to do injections at home, if it's scary or not, all of that stuff. I hope you guys enjoy our videos. I know that a lot of the other girls' videos are up. I think Nicole, Joey, Kaylin, and Ren's videos are up. and today Maddie and I's videos will be going up, and I hope you guys enjoy. Comment down below what types of videos you might want to see if I haven't mentioned ones you've already thought about. Like this video, subscribe, share with people. If you're a person with chronic illness, we understand, we get you. We don't know your entire situation and everybody's different, but we totally sympathize with you. And we want to make videos that will bring comfort to you and bring joy and entertainment to you guys. So please let us know anything you want or need. DM us if you need. I'll have my Instagram linked in the bio, and I'll have our group TummyHurts_squad Instagram linked down as well. Follow us on TikTok if you're not already. I'm sure most of you guys are from TikTok so far, but in the future, if you're not, I will also write out what our TikTok username is. So I hope you guys are well, and if you're not, I hope you have a good day soon. Love you guys. See ya.